Selam YouTube. Bugün yeni bir seriye başlıyoruz. Diğer serilerin yanına artık bunu da çekmeye başlayacağım. A Story About My Uncle oynayacağız. Amcam hakkında bir hikaye diye. Şöyle hemen yeni oyuna başlatayım. Türkçe dil desteği var ama beta.
Aren't you sleeping
Gördüğünüz
yet?
gibi altyazılar
It's
falan
time for
İngilizce.
bed, honey.
Dad, I can't sleep. Can you tell me a bedtime story?
All right. What do you want to hear?
Something about an
Bak,
adventure.
macera hakkında hikaye duymak istiyormuş babasından.
I think I know just the thing.
Babası da tam
When I
ihtiyacın
was
olanı
your
biliyorum
age,
diyor.
my biggest dream was to follow my Uncle Fred on one of his adventures around the world. One day, he disappeared.
Amcası bir anda ortadan kaybolmuş.
I stepped into the lobby of my uncle's house. It lay just across the hill from where
Mouse'un hassasiyeti çok fazla, onu biraz kısayım. 20 yapsan onu.
It's getting late, honey.
No, I want to know how it ends.
Lived with my mother, your grandmother. She had tried to keep me from going, but I wanted to see if Fred was home yet from his latest adventure. My uncle used to send me postcards from his long journeys. Greetings from Nepal, Galapagos, Kilimanjaro, the Amazon River. This was the first time
Türkiye.
he had left without a word, without sending cards. I had visited Uncle Fred's house countless of times, but in the locker, which usually was closed, I
Allah Allah.
found something I
Burası
hadn't
genellikle
seen before.
kapalıymış.
It was an adventure suit.
Ne diyor?
It
Grappling
resembled the one that Fred used, but
Tutunma
smaller
eldiveni.
in size.
Kendininkini giymiş. Buradaki daha küçük bir versiyonu.
Curiosity got the better of me, and I tried it on. It fit like it had been custom made for me.
Sanki kendisi için yapılmış gibi olmuş.
The most mysterious room of my uncle's house was the observatory. There he kept his newest experiments, and right now it held a pad used for disposing of garbage. Uncle Fred had warned me not to touch any of his things. But, as I said, I was a curious child.
Meraklı bir çocuğuz. Ne diyor? Levi'yi indir fırlatmak için diyor. Hemen fırlatalım. Aha. Ne oluyor? Fırlatacak mı bizi? Aha. Fırlattı.
I ended with a crash, but thanks to the suit I wasn't hurt. I had no idea where the pad had taken me, but back then I didn't care so much about where I was going, or how I would get home.
Çarparak ineceğiz buraya ve eve dönmek umurumuzda değilmiş. Ben onları anladım. Çok garip bir yere indik. Bunlar ne acaba ya? Şöyle yapınca Oo. Zıplatıyor. Bunlar da checkpoint herhalde.
The suit protected me from falls on the ground, but not in water. I couldn't swim with this thing on. Best be careful. I was sure that someone had been here before me. Someone had built these bridges and carved these symbols, but who? Where were they now?
Kim yapmış bunları diye soruyor. Koşarken bunu bırak diyor. Hemen yapalım. Üf. Dur, nereye gitsek şimdi? Buradan gidiliyor mu? Buradan gidiliyor. Ama orada bir şey var. O yüzden önce buraya gidelim. Ben oraya zıplayabilir miyim? Şöyle yaparsam zıplarım bence. Ay, yanlış yaptım. Tüh. Bir daha yapalım. Ha, zıpladım. Ne bunlar?
How did you know Fred had been there?
Well, I found a small campsite where Fred must have slept before going further into the caves. I knew it was him because the place was littered with empty packages of his favorite hiking foods. Canned soups, tube food, and instant noodles.
Tube food? That sounds gross.
Oh well, it's not that bad. One winter, Uncle Fred and I went hiking into the mountains, and we were surprised by a blizzard. We were stuck in a small cabin for 2 days, and all we ate was tube food, and cold canned goulash as well. Your grandmother was worried sick, but I thought it was all very exciting.
Geriye gidelim biz. Nereden gideceğiz? Şuraya zıpladık mı tamamdır. Bunun üstüne mi çıkacağım? Yok. Şuraya gideceğiz. Ya şaka mı bu? Düştüm. Çöpe gitti. Bunlar nasıl hareket ediyor böyle burada? Aşağı mı ineceğim? Mavi bir şey var orada.
The power core I found activated the suit's grappling device when I picked it up. It must have been left here by my uncle.
Ne bu? Oo. Ama bir kere kullanabiliyoruz şu anda. Bir tane şarj var eldivenin üstünde. Kendimi oraya çekebiliyor muyum? Oo. Ne dedi o ya? Kaçırdım. Heh şu. Bu çok iyi. Her yere çıkarız ki bunlar.
The grappling device left a sort of symbol everywhere I grappled. I noticed similar symbols already there in the cave.
Benim tuttuğum yerde sembol kalıyor mu?
More and more
Evet,
certain
kalıyor.
that this place was where Fred had gone.
Bunlar Fred amcanın nereye tutunduğunu gösteriyormuş. Yani her tutunduğumuz yere aslında bir işaret bırakıyoruz böyle. İstersen onun tutunduğu yerlere tutun diyor. İstersen farklı bir yere tutunarak kendin yol yapabilirsin diyor. Biz kendi yolumuzu kendimiz çizeriz. Ama aslında bunlar en ideal yollar oluyor. Tutunurken serbest bırakarak ileri uçabilirsiniz. Yapalım. Şöyle mi? Oha, çok iyi lan. Uç bakayım bir daha. Şuraya. İşte bu. Orada ne var? Veya burada ne var? Aldım galiba. Yapalım. Her yere gideriz ki böyle. O nesneyi takip ederiz. Mesela şunu diyorsun. Ama burada bir yerde bir ses var. Götür bizi. Kim kesti bu ağacı? Şöyle bir zıpla şöyle. Ona tutunacağız yine. Koş. Burada ne yapacağız? Oraya mı geçeceğiz? Oo, şuradan ayrılırsak tutarız orayı. Bir tane daha var galiba. Zıplayıp mı tutunacağım oraya? Üf. Fena uçtu. Nereye götürüyor acaba? Ben diyecektim, buraya götürüyormuş. Tutun. İşte bu kadar. Çözdüm ben bu işi ya. Orada ses mi geliyordu? Ben mi yanlış duydum? Artık 2 kere tutunabiliyoruz. İkinci bir güç çekirdeği aldık çünkü. İstediğimiz yere gideriz. Aynen, bizim 2 tane var şu anda. Oraya kadar zıplayabilir mi ya? Ha yok, şuradan yapacağız. Şöyle bir. Böyle 2. Tutunacak mı? Tutundu. Gittikçe uzaklaşıyor mesafeler. Buradan nereye tutunacağım ki ben? Buna mı? Üf, ne uçtu be. Ta oradan buraya geldi. Bu ne?
Did you ever see any of Fred's experiments yourself?
Yes, I actually helped him collect samples for his research sometimes.
To learn about them?
That's right. We found all sorts of things. One time, we went to the forest and found a small pool of water that was full of eggs.
Eggs? Were there chickens in the forest?
No, not chicken eggs. These were small and jelly-like. Hundreds of them. Fred told me that they were
Kurbağa
frog
yumurtasıymış
eggs.
bunlar.
He was in for a surprise though. Guess what happened?
What? What happened?
Well, we took some eggs back home, and one day, Fred woke up with bites all over his body.
Aa,
Turns out, it wasn't frog eggs after all. It was mosquito eggs.
Ah, poor Fred.
I know. He did find real frog eggs eventually. He told me that they were very, very special, but I don't know what happened to them.
eve götürdüğü yumurtalar kurbağa yumurtası değil, sivrisinek yumurtasıymış. O yüzden her yerini ısırmışlar o uyurken. Biz oraya gideceğiz galiba. Koş koş koş koş koş. Aa, nereye geldik böyle? Düşme.
These blue lights. Did Fred put them here? Or was somebody else here as well?
Ne güzel lan, mekana bak. Oha, çok güzel.
Hello, who are you? You're not from here. Wow, you look just like Fred, but smaller. And with less hair on your face.
She knew Fred. I told her that he was my uncle and that I was looking for him.
What's an uncle?
I said that that I had known him all my life.
Really? Me too. I'll help you find him. I'm Madeline. The others call me Mad Maddie sometimes. I don't know why really, but you can call me Maddie. You've never
O
been to the
kurbağa
village,
yumurtaları
right?
böyle olmuş işte.
Let's meet over there in the square. I'll show you around. I bet you can get there easily with your suit thing. So, I'll see you there.
Ha,
I
otobüs
couldn't
ya.
believe it. An underground village inhabited by frog people, or more like salamanders. Either way, they walked like humans, they talked like humans. How was that possible?
Kurbağa köyüne gelmişiz. Bizim amca burada kurbağa köyü kurmuş. Oralarda geçip gidebiliyoruz mu acaba? Oraları çok merak ediyorum. Aha, geldik köye.
Hi, welcome to my
Tiplere bak.
village. This is the town square, and that over there is Fred's tent. I haven't seen him in a few days though. Maybe our elder Samuel knows where he is. He knows a lot of stuff. Mostly boring stuff, if you ask me, but it's worth a try. Before asking him though, you should check out the village. It's not so bad, unless you have to stay for too long. When you're done, go to the island with the windmill, and you'll see Samuel's cove from there. I'll go on ahead and tell him that you're coming. He's not much for surprises. Later!
I thanked Madeline and agreed to meet her later. It was strange.
Şu amcamızın
How
çadırına bir
could I
bakalım.
talk to someone who was not even human and still feel like it was perfectly normal?
Buradan çıkabilir miyim? Ben böyle çıkıyorum da bunun tepesinde ne var? Galiba bunun bir tepesi yok. Biz aşağı inelim o yüzden. Tiplere bak ya. Hı, geldik Fred'in çadırına.
For how long had Fred been gone?
I'm not sure. A couple of months, I think. Less than half a year for sure. I remembered hiking with him the summer before, but when I counted the days in his journals and from when I last saw him, it didn't make sense. Maddie said that she had known him all her life. Maybe she meant it figuratively.
Figure.
Like, she didn't really mean it. Like, when you say you'll die if you don't get a puppy for your birthday.
That's true, though.
I'm sorry. Of course it is.
Biz gidelim işimize. Ne yapacağız burada köyde? Eyvah. Düştük. Ulan ikisini de harcadım. Şuraya inersem iyi. Tamam indim. Oradan gideceğiz galiba ama önce şuraya bir girelim. Kim var burada? Ha.
A stranger in our halls. Welcome. Our name is Samuel, and we will do our best to assist you. Please tell us what brings you here.
I told him that I was looking for my Uncle Fred.
We should help. Do you know where he is?
Fred left us without a word. If you aspire to find him, we can share with you a sacred crystal, a power core. Fred used their kind to power his suit. You can have it if you return our Fred to us.
The crystal? Sweet!
Madeline, that was inappropriate. Your help will not be necessary. The crystal is not for you to have.
What? I want to help finding Fred. Why couldn't I?
Please, Madeline, that is impossible. None of us may enter the chasms. It is too dangerous.
What's the danger? If Fred can do it, so can I.
I say this for your own protection, Madeline. You are forbidden from entering the chasms.
Just because you're afraid of what's outside the village doesn't mean I am. I'm nothing like you. I'll never be.
We apologize. It is true that we want to keep her safe, but she does not understand. Behind us is the power core. Take it and go into the chasms. Find Fred, and if you see Madeline, take care of her. Be safe.
Üçlü oldu artık.
I felt a little uneasy about moving on into the chasms. If it was too dangerous for Maddie, would it be safe enough for me?
Burası biraz zorlayacak gibi. Zıpla bakayım. Oradan geçtik. Onu da geçtik. Tamamdır. Buradan oraya zıplasam. Sonra şu taşlardan birine tutunmam lazım. Tamamdır.
Darkness swept over me as I left the glittering lights in the village behind me and headed for the ominous shadows of the chasms. As I entered the chasms, it struck me how much darker it was in there. The shadows were black as ink, and although I tried not to be afraid, I couldn't help but shiver. Was it the darkness that frightened the villagers as well, or was it something else?
Karanlık bir mekana geldik. Köylüleri korkutan yaratık mı yoksa farklı bir şey mi diye soruyor o da. Ama bu karanlığın içine bir sonraki bölümde gireceğiz. Bir sonraki bölümde görüşürüz.